Hi everyone, how are you? I think if I had a TV or a radio, I'd be inspired to make probably 20 videos a day based on, how opposite in working, functioning, the typical light worker, or at least myself are, and almost everything you hear is in contrast to how your reality manifests. So I just, jumped into my car one night, and this was February 12th, a couple days before Valentine's, so I assume that's why the topic. And that lady, Delilah, everyone in the U.S. probably knows who that is, and her radio station, in which she broadcasts on, usually speaks of love, marriage, partnerships, relationships, self-love, and really brings a lot of people on the show and assists them. Anyway, it gives her advice, and sometimes in a somewhat Christian manner, or just, general loving manner. So, I'll just to quote in a way, I don't remember her exact words, but she was saying, wouldn't it be nice if we could send our partner who's maybe in a busy meeting for hours, we can't get a hold of him, wish we could send him our ooey gooey feelings, let him feel how much we love them, and she's really getting into it. And I'm just like, yes, it is nice to do that. It's so amazing. And I just get so frustrated that the world does not know that this exists, and that everyone could be having this ability as well. In me and my partnerships, I always feel people, and I not only feel my clients, but I definitely feel the one I'm in partnership with. And if they'll get in tune enough with me that they would feel me as well, or be energetically awakened enough, advanced enough, evolved, however you would like to say it, have their 12-strand DNA activated. Many of us are here having many of these abilities, and I think the way people may think of it that don't have these abilities normally, they might think of of this sixth sense as being like relaxing, like a feather flowing, and I think I felt something, when in reality it's hundreds of times stronger. So if I'm feeling someone's love or their energy, it's a tsunami coming at me, and I feel it coming, and I'm like, oh God, we're gonna hide. It's like, it's like being in Niagara Falls, and you're like, like, oh my gosh. And usually usually it's a really good feeling, but you can't run away from someone's heartbreak, from someone's anger, and some negative feelings. You're going to feel that as well, but most of the time you're going to feel just the most incredible feeling, this love, in the heart or in the different chakras. Usually it's only in, two main chakras, but the heart's the primary place that you receive, and we communicate energetically these energies. And I'm just wondering when it's going to become mainstream that we all should be having this. You may ask, like, is humanity broken? Yes, they are. Only having 2-strand DNA, everyone is supposed to have this ability. Everyone is supposed to feel love. Like, it's not normal. Everyone thinks it is. It is not normal that people don't feel that. Before the fall, if you will, I know Jesus had to have this ability to feel into the hearts of others, to receive that, to feel so much love. It's so much, like, you can never, like, go kill a person, because God, you feel everything. You feel that person. You feel humanity. You feel your dog when it's happy. Feel people when they're happy, and and when they think about you, but just so strongly, and it's just like overwhelming and so beautiful. And it's like I've said, it's a multiplication of the five. It's like the five senses, but amplified, and unlimited, because obviously by a distance. And I wasn't born fully feeling these. I worked on myself. I worked on my energy. I cleansed my body. Do everything what the Bible says to do, really says to do, not what the pastors who go and eat pork after church. No, you can't. Like, you have to cleanse. Fast, clean up. I don't mean 100% of your life have the same like super clean diet, because you might wear yourself out. You need to change. Change what you eat. You're just going to find not only having these abilities and these senses and feeling love, but so many abilities to manifest. Having so many abilities, even that one of manifesting. All my life, I would just think something, and like a second later, bam, it would happen. And it happens to me. Like, I'm out here in the caves, which is my heaven. Like, I get so energized by the cave energy, by the nature. I feel like every tree is just smiling, yet you feel this deep wisdom within and within each one. And just, but the caves, I almost feel like they're just secreting some kind of just happy energy. What is that temple? I forget that temple. That lady received messages, and I think they found that it released some kind of gas. Like, I literally feel like there's got to be like a gas leak around here. In nature, you're just so happy. But especially like when you live in it, there's a huge difference between going in it, even 80% of your day, every day, and actually living in it. And like me living in the caves, I build cave houses, and just working with the earth, working with the land, as I feel like we're supposed to, just using our creative abilities as we're meant to as humans. You just find so much joy and so much of your real, true functioning coming out. I mean, you just realize this is what we're for, and to be in that peak joy, but it keeps growing, and it's like there's no bad days, I mean, like, as an empath, we sometimes pick up on things, and you can't avoid that. You can't avoid dealing with people with negative, and most of the time, you'll find yourself just kind of in this observant mode, and sometimes you'll feel the pain when you're around those a little bit more dense. But for the most part, you just feel this, the love or in people, and as long as you're projecting outward love, that's what you're going to receive. And it can always be tempting to, when someone's coming at you, like I try to avoid negative, emails or negative people and comments, or help them, just send them love. That's the best thing really to do. Just send them pink light and the heart chakra light, or pure white light, Just imagine them connecting to their divinity and see the divinity in them as much as you can. We're not always perfect, we can't. Just keep reminding yourself of spirit. The more you align with spirit, the more spirit will align you of how to keep your thoughts so focused. Because, if you realize you'll have a negative, it's like, bam, something will kind of happen. Like, you'll drop something on your toe. You're like, oh, thanks. Like, I needed that reminder, so that you don't create negatively. But like out here, I mean, I just manifest the simplest things. I feel like I don't, nature just completes you. You don't feel like you really need anything. But of course, building a winter home is important. So, if I manifest a screw, I get excited, but sometimes, since I'm a little adventurous, so I've been manifesting like almost dangerous, but enlivening situations. And so I had this icicle that was about this thick. It had built up over a few days, and it was hanging from one of my caves, like, really high up here. And I was walking by I mean, that took days to build, right? For nature to freeze and create like that. This giant ice stalactite. And I just imagined it breaking right when I was walking by it. And guess what crashed at my heels? And giant ice boulders were rolling all around me. And strangely, I didn't even flinch. I'm just like, yeah. Like, I just kept going. Like, if someone saw me, they would have freaked out, right? And I'm just, but you're just so used to it, You're just so used to your thoughts. And luckily, I know what I'm doing. I did, just stand there and stare up at it. It crashed on my head. But it was just strange, just the best proof for me, like we have proof of it. That's why I ask people, like, give yourself things to manifest. Think things and then see them unfold. I just never have understood when I tell people or ask people, hey, what all have you manifested? Or do you see it happening daily? And they said they've never manifested. Number one, maybe their energy is that dense that their thoughts don't instantly create. But number two, some people just aren't that observant. And I ask you to be observant, and you would see these things happening. So, even me, I've been out here just totally distracted by the beautiful energies and just not even really trying to create anything because it just feels so good. And sometimes you can get off track with it, but having reminders daily. And but anyway, I want to get back to the evolvement. And one message I did get today was just that the reason some of us may have this more advanced, like a higher advancement upon birth, is because like our DNA is already sort of turned on, and we have memories from other times, sometimes interdimensionally, and maybe from other planets. And anyway, these two birds distracting. Yeah, I mean, you might remember other, the animals even. Just remember those lives and the connection that they had. They're so in sync. It's like me feeling people like this. I mean, look at the birds. They feel even more so. And they become as one, moving all around. And, like, I could just, people do that. They do have the herd mentality. But, it's not always for the most beneficial way. So as long as you align with your divinity rather than some lower human controlled consciousness, then you will evolve. You will have these abilities manifest, and the world, it would have apparently no wars. I mean, just think, when a mother has that other soul, from experience in her body, the love you feel for just everything and everyone, I mean, it's just so magnified and changes you forever. And that was just a really amazing experience for me. Not only always here wanting to help humanity to advance, because they seem so primitive, and here I am living in caves feeling this place is the most advanced, and it has none of the technology. It has energetic technology that people can't see, I mean, it's just pure. I mean, just imagine yourself just laughing all day. You just can't imagine yourself being that happy, just as if everything is sparkling, and some, I know people who just don't, they're so separated from the creation, the beautiful creation that we have. It's important to be in it and to feel the beauty. I mean, everything you manifest. So if it's been a bad experience for you, go in there and change it. Rewire yourself, be rewired, I do energy sessions to rewire people and the things they say. Like yesterday, some lady thought I was 19. That's what clients will tell me. Like, I feel 20 years younger. I'm like, yeah, hey, isn't it great? Like, you feel so good. And, you live in this neverland energy. You're just always happy and creating and seeing, and where everyone else has the blinders. You just have this beautiful love. You're just constantly fed, and it just makes, before this video as well, another thing, this guy, the radio, I heard on the radio, this guy went on a date, and I forget how people do, like it's just so surprising, going on a date. What tell spirit you're ready to find your divine soulmate, not just pick some random person and have this really shallow, superficial relationship. And like the person was talking about, it's all about the image, like the clothes the person wore, and that ruined. I'm like, that's all you people care about, really? Like, I don't know. I mean, for me, I'd want to get to know someone on the deepest level for probably a few years before I even was dated them, and like I've always preferred that. And people just go on a date with some random person, not even really knowing a thing about them, and that's just never made sense, But for me, I'm like, I must be energetically aligned with that person, and because you'll always feel them, you always know when they love you, when they're sending you that love, and when they're not, when they're upset, or if they fall in love with, like, you can feel it, if their love goes over here, or and you the experiences of the relationship, you'll feel all that energetically and have just the most intense experiences with it, and that makes heaven on earth. It's the sweetest honey, and your mind is just blown. Like, I can't express it right now. Like, if I'm feeling it, then I would be expressing it. But it's like, when it comes in those waves, you're a whole different person. You're just like, why? Wow, and it's the best. People might come to me to develop their psychic abilities, but I'm like, there's nothing better than that heart energy, and that's what it's really about, not like showing off. And I don't think I've hardly gotten any activations my whole life, because I'm already so, I can't imagine getting higher energy because it's already so intense, It's already too much. You almost feel too good all the time. And if you felt any more, how would you even function, But yeah, I'm, I do sessions for people, and I just love the replies and the experiences that people have, and I might feel their old energies or disease or whatever's in them, and work to clear that out, of course, and but yeah, and help to activate. And a few hours before my sessions, I'll feel that person coming in. I just love that, because I work with a lot of light workers, and they just feel so loving, and all those light workers were on that activated higher frequency already. But if you're not experiencing this, and you are a light worker, like, you maybe get session from me. I can help raise your energy. That's just what it's all about, raising your energy. Crystals, diet, positive thinking, really aligning with your divinity, really clearing out old thought patterns, all of that the whole old reality, because almost everything, like I say, when I hear media, it's just like, wow, so primitive. Like, it's just, I can't believe a single person thinks in the way they speak and act. It's just so robotic and cut off from the God energy, the goddess, And even that word, just, I don't know, I almost feel like just something more beautiful would explain the creation, the creator energy. Just, I think it should have the most beautiful name, you know, because it is so beautiful. And to feel that, and, you know, really deepen, and we all are doing it. Some do it by meditating, and that's something I honestly can't even, if I sit for a couple minutes, like I'm just drowning. I mean, it's too much, you know. I just feel like I'll feel too much, and people feel me, and they know what I'm doing. You know, it's kind of funny, but my clients like will just be psychically connected, and they always know when I'm having like a super powerful day or something. They get blasted. I hope you got the point that love should be felt. It's not something that you feel for another person, but your person needs to receive. I mean, that should be happening, you know. Humanity, we're supposed to be having that ability, and I'm asking you to take action, because just people sitting around doing nothing about it, being like, oh, that would be nice, oh, that would probably be too much effort for me. No, like it's beneficial in every single way. So, you know, get your sessions and clear yourself in every way possible, and you'll begin to feel and have these abilities surfacing and just in unimaginable ways. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed, and thank you all for subscribing and following, and those who've been with me for a while, thank you. And I have so much to share lately. I'm coming back out. I spent all winter like building and just being outside in nature, like the whole outside the whole winter, freezing. It was great. I have a lot of beautiful things to share about, you know, especially with nature in combination with energy is my latest adventure and teachings, because, you know, it is all about the nature, and that's where all the good stuff is packed in. You know, it's outside. It's not inside, boxed in where we keep ourselves. You must get out of that little box. So, all right, toodles.